Well, we start from the Energy Ministry, and then we know that the Minister, John Jinapor, is headed to Shire Hills, where some missing 40 containers of equipment belonging to the ECG are being kept. This is after national security operatives nabbed 8 Chinese nationals and a Ghanaian for the loss. Acting on intelligence, officials traced stolen electrical cables to 2 aluminium smelting companies in Shire Hills, where they were being melted into aluminium bars for alleged export. A key Chinese suspect remains at large, and a nationwide manhunt is ongoing. We have our colleague on the ground who is following the minister, and we'll get more updates on this as and when. Let's go to Kumasi next. Kantamanto Teaching Hospital is facing a severe water shortage after the supply from the Ghana Water Company Limited was cut off 10 days ago. This shortage has forced the hospital to suspend all surgical procedures and all the admission of new patients indefinitely, with the disruption raising serious concerns about patient safety and the hospital's ability to provide critical healthcare services. Here's a report by Nanaya Abuachi Yadom.
The Ghana Water Company Limited shut the Barikese water treatment plant on March 17 for a major installation exercise. Though the company has since announced the restoration of power services in Kumasi, the Kantamanto Teaching Hospital is reeling under the impact of the shutdown. Some patients at the health facility say they are experiencing the impact of the shortfall in water supply. We're told to get water from Masalachi, but that place is very far. I was discharged today, but I have to send all my dirty clothes back home because I was unable to wash them due to the shortage of The shortage of water has become a very big problem for us as patients. I can't even use the washroom because there's no water. The Orthopedic and Emergency Directorate of the hospital is hardest hit. The Kantamanto Doctors Association says the water shortage has significantly affected the provision of essential healthcare services, especially in maintaining hygiene, conducting surgical procedures, and ensuring patient care and safety.
For about close to 10 days now, we've not had water supply from Ghana Water Company. I think they have some issues, and therefore they curtailed supplies to us. We try to depend upon our reservoirs, but to know we are such a big community that the water consumption here is very high. Our operations is also said that it's water dependent for infection prevention and control purposes. And so our reservoirs were exhausted, and we try to get supplies from private tanker operators. We spoke to Ghana National Fire Service and also spoke to KMA. They all helped us to understand. But as I indicated, the scale of our operations and the number of people who reside in this area are so huge that that was the supplies or the support that we're getting from all these parties proved to be inadequate.
The doctors say they will continue to attend to existing cases but not admit new ones. Management of KATH says depending on alternative sources of water has proven inadequate. Public Affairs Director Kwame Frimpong says the Ghana Water Company Limited has assured of restoring water supply to the hospital.
Right about now, we have the Kantamanto Teaching Hospital PRO Kwame Frimpong join us via Zoom for more on this. Let me ask you, has the Ghana Water Company finally restored supply to the hospital?
Exactly, but before I even go there, I would like to state that not all surgical operations have been suspended. It's not every surgical operation that has been suspended. We have a number of theaters at the hospital. We have the one at the family planning block. We have another set of theaters at the family medicine block. We have the main theater. We have another one at the eye center, and they are all working based on the supplies that we are going to get to them through the water tankers. It is the accident and emergency center one where the orthopedic directorate operates, where the surgeries have been suspended because of the water supply challenges.
But what steps have you taken to engage the Ghana Water Company to find a swift, sustainable solution to the problem there?
we've been having a series of meetings with them. They've been quite understanding, but they are challenged at the moment. So there's very little that they're able to do for us at the moment. They are trying to see if they can reroute supplies to us through another line that is yet to be effected. They've also assured us that when the tankers that we are trying to mobilize through the support of the Ashanti Regional Minister, when they are made available to us, they will show us areas where we can also fetch water, because it appears that this entire enclave is having water shortage challenges. So even when we have water tankers, there are difficulties in getting sources where you can quickly get some and supply the hospital. But they have given us a firm assurance that as and when those additional tankers, those that we have, become available, they are prepared and ready to send out to areas that we can easily get water to come and support what we are getting from the hospital sources, boreholes, and the rest.
Well, Mr. Frimpong, help us to understand the problem really. What activities are ongoing at the hospital now? How is it being carried out now that there's no water, especially when it comes to using the washrooms, washing of hands, and whatnot? How are you taking care of such issues?
All right. So Kantamanto is a very big community, and we now have almost 6,000 staff members who help us to run our 24/7 operational cycle. At any particular moment in time, we have about 2,000, if not more, on average, on daily basis, patients who are either coming here for OPD services or on admission. We have a number of training schools in this enclave. The nursing training school, the students alone are about 1,500. We have the medical school. There are 4, 5, and 6-year students are all here. We have uncountable number of visitors who pass through this hospital every day. We conduct medical procedures in their thousands routinely. All these are water dependent. And therefore, if we are having such critical curtailment in supplies to us, then definitely there will be challenges. We've tried to resort to the existing boreholes that we have, but there's a big challenge when it comes to that aspect. This hospital is on top of a hill, and all the hydrological assessments that have been done clearly indicate that the water tables are so low. So even where we've sunk boreholes, the yields have not come. We've not gotten water because of the location of this hospital. The few that we have, there's so much pressure that at the moment, when the tankers go, they will even have to wait for the wells to refill before they can fetch water and bring it to us. So it's quite a dire situation. But we are grateful to our sector minister, Honorable Akando. He was not even in Ghana, but he's reached out to us. He's reached out to his colleague, the Ashanti Regional Minister. And fortunately for us, the Honorable Ashanti Regional Minister has given directives to the various disassemblies that have water tankers to release them to us. This morning, we are expecting these tankers to be brought to the hospital, and they will contact the Ghana Water Company for us to show us where they can easily get water for us to continue our operations. So we are operating, but with a lot of difficulties.
Well, looking at how you're managing the situation, how long can you keep up with this if Ghana Water Company doesn't restore immediately or in the nearest future the water supply to the hospital? Mr. Frimpong, can you hear me? We seem to have lost connection with the Kantamanto Teaching Hospital PRO, but right about now, we earlier engaged the Ghana Water Company on the situation in the Ashanti region, and we'll play back from the AM show.
The basic explanation to this is that, as earlier communicated by the PRO for KATH, we had to undergo some maintenance work at the Swami roundabout, which necessitated that we had to go off for some time, which is 3 days, and then restore supply to the Kumasi metropolis. Now, what happened is that when we were done with water production, we noticed there were few challenges which came to our attention, that KATH was one of the places, affected. So quickly, we had to go back to the drawing board and then look at how best we can serve. Just like they also mentioned, we've been in consultation with them. We've been looking at how to, give them alternative source. Their tankers have been coming to our yard to, fuel. We understand that is not enough, but it's not as though we are not, in their need to serve them. From the day we heard of this issue, we haven't had, that luxury of sitting in the office. We've all gone to site. Yesterday, we left sites at 12 a.m. The information I received this morning is that from 11 p.m. to 4 a.m., they were able to receive water, which they've pumped to the hospital. As I speak to you now, I'm within their pump station. What we are also doing is because pressures have risen, because everybody is up and then there's that rush for water. We've also come to the point that we are going to increase our turns on our main lines so that there's going to be enough pressure for KATH to also receive water this morning.
Right.
So in brief, we are doing all we can to restore water to KATH.
So Mr. Frimpong joins us again, and Mr. Frimpong just heard from the Ghana Water Company saying that they're doing all they can to fix the problem. However, I'd like to know from you, if the problem is not fixed today or tomorrow, how long can you keep up with the contingency measures that have been provided for you?
We will keep up till we can't go no more. I mean, we have no alternative. We have no option. This is the only tertiary facility in this part of the country. We cannot close our doors. Ideally, we should have. But we know that we are the only source of tertiary healthcare services in this part of the country. And that's why we've bent backwards. We've done everything possible by even getting our tankers to run 24/7 since last week, Monday. People have not slept. Our transport units have been on the road 24/7. And we are believing that should the regional minister's directive be adhered to and the various tankers from the surrounding districts and municipalities are made available to us, the situation will improve remarkably until the Ghana Water Company is able to resolve its technical challenges. So until then, we will continue
with what you're doing.
To do the best that we can. To
if that doesn't happen, is there a likelihood that Kantamanto Teaching Hospital could be shut down?
We don't have that history. I mean, there are several times, as I speak to you, that's an emergency center. Areas that are supposed to take, one area, for instance, already supposed to take 12. But there are 42 patients there at the moment. Because if you turn them away, there's no alternative. So we have a culture of over-admitting and continue operating even in difficult situations. So we go as far as we can. And we are hoping that in the next couple of days, this issue will be resolved. As many as tankers that are made available to us, I believe you can make do with them and help to improve the water supply situation so that we don't curtail operations. We don't intend to. We are appealing to our staff, we understand them, we identify with their concerns, but we are pleading with them to bear with management and to bear with the public, knowing that they are the only source of tertiary health care. If there's an alternative, we will have met them halfway by closing down some of the units or curtailing our operations in some areas. But where would the public go? There's no option. So, yes, they have concerns, and we clearly think that they are right. We clearly think that something must be done, but it's quite obvious from the interactions that we've had with the Ghana Water Company, with the Regional Coordinating Council, and other stakeholders. It's obvious that something is being done, even though not at the rate that is quite satisfactory. Right. But this is our lot. What else can we do?
We're grateful for your time here on NewsDesk. Mr. Kwame Frimpong is Public Relations Officer of the Kofanochi Teaching Hospital, giving us an update of the dire water situation in there. Well, back here in Accra, 3 months after fire reduced Kantamanto market to ashes, traders who lost everything have received just 125 Ghana cedis each, despite the nearly 3 million cedis in donations. The frustrated traders are demanding answers, insisting the amount is not enough to rebuild. Sarah Mensah reports.
Lost 1.6 billion.
It's been 3 months since fire engulfed the Kantamanto market, one of Ghana's leading markets in Accra. Joy News was here last month to interact with some of the market women about how they are coping. So they told us they haven't received any money from the leaders, although there have been a lot of donations to them. Mama Keke lost everything in the fire. Her entire stock, worth 160,000 Ghana cedis, reduced to ashes. Mama Keke says she received just 125 Ghana cedis as a share of the relief fund.
125 cedis. If you want me to say it in the old money, 1,250,000. 1 million old money, 250. That is each person. That is the money they gave us. That the donation and everything we get. 125 cedis so that we could use it to start work.
So what happens to the rest of the donations? Have you asked them?
We don't know. We don't know anything. They don't talk to us. They don't tell us anything. The only time I learned they tried to confront and talk to him was the day I was not around. But there are people here.
Madam Ekia received the same amount. She describes it as woefully inadequate.
Sikenya 100 Ghana and 20 cedis and 5 cedis, which is 1.2. 1.2 and penny sikaya.
Unlike them, Dora says she was completely left out. She received nothing.
We being by the roadside, they have not given us anything.
In total, 2.88 million was received in cash donations. Only 1 million Ghana cedis donated by the president, John Dramani Mahama, was disbursed among affected traders. That suggests about 8,000 traders received the relief. But the critical question remains, what happened to the rest of the money? Market manager Mr. Duchum, a member of the committee that oversaw the disbursement, has yet to account for the remaining funds.
We gave them 25 Ghana cedis like they told you. And the 25 Ghana cedis was a donation that was given to us by the president. He gave us 1 million Ghana cedis. There was instruction attached to the money. He was saying that the money should be given to them, if you like, in the account they should go and buy cocoa for that.
So where are you now? Can you tell me where you...
We are done with the walling. We are now constructing the gates around the market. About, is it 34, whatever gates we are going. That one is costing about 1.8 billion. You understand? So after we are done, we are giving ourselves up to the end of this one, by which time we think that we might have covered a lot of the work. Then we'll call a meeting and tell them, this is how we have gotten to, this is how much is left, this is how much we have spent. Then we see the way forward.
Beyond the cash relief, traders were also promised a new market. But how much of the fund has been set aside for rebuilding? And how much is left? These are the questions traders are asking. And until clear answers are given, the fire that destroyed their shirts and wares will continue to burn in their hearts. Sarah Mensah's report for Joy News, Kantamanto, Accra.
Well, join me on this particular problem is Mama Keke. She is a trader at Kantamanto. Mama Keke, we're grateful for your time on desk. Please help us to understand. Did you also receive some of the monies from your leaders?
That's what I received.
Mama Keke, can you reposition yourself and speak a bit?
I said, yes, I received 125 cedis.
Okay. Was that the amount you were expecting, or they promised more than that?
No, never. Look at the huge amount that people come to donate. Look at the number, look at it. Even outsiders, those who are outside, anybody that hears about this, it's a pity. It's like an insult to us.
So the money, the 125, what were they expecting you to do with that amount?
I don't know. And I can't tell. Just imagine Ghana today, 125 cedis. Are we going to start with this business with 125 cedis? That's one of our bills worth 27 million. You see? So I don't even know what to say.
I want to understand from you, what do you sell? How were you affected? How much money did you lose?
I sell bags. I sell wholesale bags and I sell retail bags. My shop got bent. The things in it, I have 2 warehouses. The things in it, then the shop itself, all worth almost 1.6 billion. That is the money that's gone. You see, and we had to struggle to rebuild even the structure that we are in. We have to rebuild. They took 500 cedis from us each. Me, I have the shop I'm using is 2, so I have to pay 1,000 cedis before they give me the single and the stick. There are other things that if you people come around, you come and see the gate and everything. Even one gate, a gate that I did to protect the shop is 35. 35 million. So how is these people referring to us that we should take 1.250?
Well,
it's very pathetic.
Do you know what?
But we don't have any say. We don't have a say. So, I told you category from the beginning that this thing that they are going to give to the leaders is going to be another thing. So those who want to help us, they should rather organize us, and then we divide ourselves, sit in our share. I always say this: sit in our share, so that if you give one person even 50 million, that is 5,000. You know you gave to them 5,000. But you all go and donate the money to the leaders, and we don't know what they have done with it. They only gave us 125 cedis.
So how much were you expecting to receive for your...
I can't tell. We are many. The money is many.
Right.
There's a lot of money involved, and we are many. So I can't say me alone, I want this. No. But this is too pathetic.
I'd like to know how much you think will be enough for you to at least start something for your shops.
As for me, look at the money involved that I lost. So if I don't get at all, for me, I'm not saying they should give me that amount, but for me, if I don't get at all, for now, right now as I'm talking, if I have 1 billion, it will be enough for me to start again. But where am I going to get it? Which bank am I going to go to get? I learned that the government is organizing Women's Bank. The other time I came to your studio, we talked about it with the minister, and I'm looking forward to that thing so that it can help me and other people that are here. We are suffering, please.
So Mama KK, currently, what are you doing? Have you put back your shirt together? Has there been any intervention to rebuild your shops?
Yes, 2 of my daughters, they came to support me with 400. That is 400 million. Me, I say the old currency. So if I say it like that, just convert it to the new one. 400. Another person gave me 200, and that's what I used to rebuild my shop. Okay. And I'm buying stuff small to start.
Well, Mama Kege, hang on for me just a minute. We spoke to one of your leaders this morning. I'd like to play back what he said, and then I'll come back to you.
All right.
2.8 million Ghana cedis.
So, out of the 2.8, 1 million cedis is from the
president. Yeah.
And that money was given to us specifically to share among the traders. Like I said, the chief of staff asked us to share it among the traders, at least for cocoa for now. And so,
cocoa.
Exactly, that's why.
How many traders do you have under your umbrella or in that place?
In that place, we are about 7,900.
7,900 traders.
That is so that figure is representing the part that got bent, but part of Ghana. So that is it. We had a meeting on the 2nd of February, 21st of February, just to tell them what has happened. The money that day we also told them that we have shared the money that was meant for that we got from the presidency. And so everybody, each person is getting 125. And what we did was that we gave those monies to the various chairmen. They know the people to go and share it among themselves.
So you didn't share the money individually, you shared to the chairman.
We gave all to the bulk money to the chairman. They know their people. They will be able to share it among themselves. So that was what happened.
How can you ensure that each individual who was actually affected gets their, portion of the money?
We also follow up. And we saw that, they did the right thing. Anybody whose items got bent and their name were brought to us, each person has gotten his or her share. The total sum from individuals and corporate bodies amounted to 781,200 Ghana cedis. And so at the time we were having a meeting on the 21st of February, we have spent about 367 out of that. So we're left 20.
Sorry, I didn't.
21st. I'm saying that
that's at 21st
we had a meeting.
February.
Exactly. But we have spent 367 out of the 781,200 Ghana cedis.
Well, Mama Keke, so you heard that your leader saying that money was meant for cocoa for you.
Then what did they use it for?
So I understand that amount was supposed to be shared amongst you for cocoa. Was that the information given to you?
They said the leader said we should buy cocoa with that amount.
Yes.
Cocoa.
Yes.
An ordinary porridge, cocoa.
Was that the information that was shared, given to you?
Heard, so you are telling me. I didn't know that they said we should buy cocoa with that amount. I did not know.
But since some of your traders received that amount, have you realized any changes that is ongoing with regards to building maybe the walls surrounding the sheds and whatnot, changes with building the place back up where it was bent? Is anything like that going on?
They have rebuilt the wall, but they pushed the wall to the other side, thinking that there will be space here. But now, the wall along the wall, there are other new traders there. There are traders that are trading along the wall.
Right. So, Mama Keke, moving forward, if somebody wants to help you, what can they do?
As a whole or me alone?
Well, I don't know for you, and if you could suggest something for your other colleagues, yes.
Yeah, for me, if somebody would want to, you see, after they did the sharing, I learned Tigo people, not that I learned, one of them came to buy from me. So I know they came to do a donation. And then Pentecost also came to do a donation. I was here when they were shouting that Pentecost has come to do a donation. After they have shared the money, we don't know where it is. So for me, not to drag things, if they will help us, like you are standing in for us, there should be leaders among you that will come to see to it that any money they give to us as a benevolence, they should share to us.
Directly. You want the monies given to the traders directly?
Sorry?
You want the monies that are coming in as donations given to you directly?
Yes, if I have my own way, that is what I would do it. Because if you give money to somebody for a group of people to share, and in the end, you hear that they gave you 1.250 for cocoa, and the money that the people lost, some lost billions, some lost hundreds, some lost thousands, and they give you 125 cedis for cocoa. How do you think, if you tell me you are going to bring another money, will I tell you to go and give the money to those people again? I will not. I will say give it to us, those of us that we need to be benefited. We are suffering. Some of us own a lot. We own so many people that we cannot get money to pay. It is just by the grace of God that we are sustaining. It is not that we have had ourselves in Kantamanto here. When you come back, that you see us sitting down, putting our goods in order. It is not like that. But we need to put body and soul together so that we gather ourselves. When you fall, you rise again. That's what we are doing. Not that we have had or we had so much. That is why we don't mind. But we are suffering. Some of us, when we get inside, we can't sleep. We don't even sleep because this one will call you at the end of, you see, it's the end of month. Everybody that we own is calling us. Me. Everybody that I own is calling me because it's almost the end of the month. You have to pay them. You understand?
Yes,
so
I do.
It is fair. It will be fair for me that anybody that will want to give money to us, they should come and organize. They themselves should come and organize us. We are ready to do that. When they organize us and we see that these people, this group of people are organizing us, we know where we will go. Because there is one group that came to donate for all the market women. And I think a lot of people benefited. I don't know their name, but those people, they took our names, they took our numbers, and they saved 2,500 to each and every one of us.
Right.
It's an NGO. I don't know the name.
Okay.
So
right.
It's an NGO. So once you do it like that, I think it will be better.
All right. Thank you so much, Mama KK. He's at the Kantamanto market, a bags trader, telling us how she feels about the monies that were disbursed amongst about 7,900 traders were affected in the fire there. You're still watching News Desk here on Joy News TV. We'll be right back after this break. Welcome back. Still at the markets, traders at the Agbogbolish market are excited about the cancellation of the E-Levy, describing it as a huge relief. They said a tax which was introduced in 2022 had placed a significant burden on their businesses. With its removal, they are optimistic that financial transactions will now be smoother and more convenient. They share their thoughts with Esther Nkrumah on this week's edition of Desk on Ground.
Parliament on the 26th of March passed the bill to repeal the E-Levy, betting tax and emission levy. These are key taxes introduced under the Akufo-Addo-led administration. The E-Levy in particular faced strong opposition from stakeholders. Some Ghanaians even stopped using electronic transactions completely just to avoid paying E-Levy. Now the tax has been removed. What does this mean to traders and everyday business owners? We're here at Agbogbolish, one of Accra's largest markets, to interact with traders on what this development means to them.
The economy already is very hard. The economy is down, and you are being asked to add extra money to a money that like you are sending to somebody. For instance, I've made a transaction. I've conducted a business with somebody which maybe the payment is supposed to be maybe 1,000 Ghana or 2,000 Ghana. The person is expecting me to add extra money to it so that he or she can like withdraw the exact amount the business, yeah. And because of that, sometimes like you feel bad as the sender. The receiver also, if you don't send that one also, maybe next time he wouldn't do that kind of business with you again. So if the government has removed the E-Levy, is very, very good. It's going to boost the economy. Actually, we don't see the impact of the E-Levy even. We don't see the impact. It's as if the government or the people in power has rather like eating all the money rather. Because if the economy is already crashed and you said the E-Levy is going to boost the economy, and after the E-Levy you still went to IMF to take a loan, then what's the essence of like the E-Levy? What's the essence? E-Levy is one of the reasons why we voted massively against the NPP government, and we are happy he's on the right track now.
He's so very good. And say mobile phone kura die enya kura obi sani uska.
It's good that E-Levy has been removed. When someone sends you money and you withdraw it, the charges are very high. So we are grateful to government for removing this tax.
So previously, how did the E-Levy affect your business?
Oh yeah, affect as I say ya digano. Na affect e pa. Into obi won mo krampa obeto ade a na wo ka che ne se o sen na o kire ne se o fa bi to so na me kwa matimi ayi ne pepepa obi akra na de bu afu.
It really affected my business. When customers pay with mobile money, they refuse to add the extra charges because they usually bring the exact amount needed for their purchase.
Inti saban so ya dana sepa na no kra ya wiam
Sanya Sadia we ya this sky quiet ye task bibla and ka obi nya mesika kra so
semo ira be 2 years ni ti omo yi 11 floor kwa me ko ana makwa ko twa ne no ayai the metima use mobile money
so you stopped using mobile money because of
11 inti mi jaye ko mabra nya mesika.
I stopped using mobile money because of the E-Levy. When I need to send money home, I usually give it to a friend traveling there to send it for me. But now, I'll start using mobile money again.
It's a long process.
But I know your chair so met me because I am a blabby cook, Master. Me do my money scarce on farm call mammy. Some may send about 1,000, about to me baby 50 Ghana there. Men, ya may be the ascent on the uncle di cra. Uncle di.
When him say, why betting taxes?
I don't cry, I'm so a year for crab, me gay jam a crab and foul. A whole go you through water, me get power yam.
E-Levy the steppers for the system. We the young men and youth, more taxes we are paying for the system inside. You all might believe this word. Where you go feel surviving. I was surviving there for our leaders, the man. You understand what I mean? Suffering, look at me. Oh man, see the way I'm sweat. Before my children can survive in the home. We thank God. You understand? We thank God because we are suffering for the system. More taxes is worries. So we thank God. Make the presence. He must stand for we. They will leave our sons supposed to rule for us because we are suffering the system.
You heard that from some business owners who have been sharing how E-Levy affected their businesses. They're excited the Parliament has passed the bill to repeal the E-Levy. From Abobloshi Market here in Accra, my name is Esther A.C. Nkrumah.
Interesting reviews there. We'll take a break. Again, we'll be back with business. And welcome back. We're moving on to the presidency now, where the Chief of Defense Staff, Major General William Ejapong, and other service chiefs have arrived to render compliments to the Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces, and the President of Ghana, John Mahama, is currently addressing them.
Discharge your duties without fear or favor. You have my full backing and support. Be resolute in your leadership of the Ghana Armed Forces. Effect courageous changes based on professionalism if need be. I urge you to work as a loyal, dedicated, and united team of generals led by Major General William Ejapong, the Chief of Defense Staff. I further charge you to support your minister to prioritize and motivate officers and soldiers and the defense civilian staff. This is the surest way to enable the Ghana Armed Forces defend our democracy and our territorial integrity, and strengthen internal peace and security, including supporting the ongoing fight against illegal mining, Galamsey. On my part as your Commander-in-Chief, I'll provide you with the needed resources to enhance your capabilities and operational efficiency while seeking your welfare every step of the way. As members of the Armed Forces Council, I expect you to support Madam Chairperson to see to the long-term planning, operational readiness, and professionalism in dealing with emerging and existing threats. I also expect you to adopt cost-effective and efficiency-enhancing measures as we manage our security within the context of a constrained economy. We will continue to work to improve the conditions of service of our men and women in the security services. This year, we have allocated over 6.7 billion Ghana cedis to the Ministry of Defense and the Ghana Armed Forces. As we turn the economy around, you can rest assured that your budgetary allocation will further increase to enable you secure. Yeah, that was a good point to clap. Your budgetary allocation will further increase to enable you secure new and additional platforms and assets in order to enhance your operations. I also task you to explore innovative financing means to improve infrastructure and training, especially in respect of accommodation for your troops. I'll be by your side every step of the way. Already, we are planning to upgrade the Asutsuare training camp into a first-class training facility. Currently, we know that you are saddled with a debt of approximately 3.7 billion cedis. However, with innovation, commitment, and perseverance, we shall expand and modernize the Ghana Armed Forces. We're already working to fix the imminent food crisis that could have hit the Ghana Armed Forces due to the indebtedness of 275 million Ghana cedis owed to your food suppliers since August 2023, 17 long months. The Minister for Finance and the Minister for Defense are working to settle current bills while implementing additional measures to clear the outstanding debts. In addition to these interventions, the Ghana Armed Forces should also contribute to agricultural development in Ghana through the Defense Industries Holding Company Limited. To leverage the disciplined workforce and strategic land holdings of this partnership to enhance food security in our country. I trust that the Defense Industry Holding Company, DHOC, will excel in garment and footwear manufacturing, in vehicle assembly, in pharmaceutical production, in agro-processing, and even more. Ladies and gentlemen, I know our personnel have been deployed in Boko and other areas for several internal security operations to deal with issues including ethnic and chieftaincy disputes. While we address these disputes through mediation efforts, judicial interventions, and community-based conflict resolution mechanisms, the Ghana Armed Forces will still have to play its part in maintaining the peace, and I trust you to deliver. I'm confident that you will all work tirelessly to ensure that our armed forces serve in unity, with resilience and pride. I wish you, the new CDS, and the chiefs of the Ghana Armed Forces a successful tenure as you work loyally and diligently as a united team to protect and defend our dear nation, Ghana. I thank you, and may God bless us all.
Thank you very much, Mr. President and Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces. May I now invite the Chief of Defense Staff, in the person of Major General William Japan, to also make a few remarks.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana and Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces, Your Excellency, the Vice President and Chairman of the Ghana Armed Forces Council, the Chief of Staff at the Presidency, the Minister for Defense, and other Ministers of State and Presidential Staffers, ladies and gentlemen. As the Chief of Staff of the Ghana Armed Forces, together with all the service chiefs of Ghana Army, Ghana Navy, Ghana Air Force, and the Chief of Staff at the General Headquarters, we have come here today, first and foremost, to congratulate His Excellency on the success he chalked during the recent election and his assumption of office as the President and the Republic of Ghana and the Commander-in-Chief. We were quite thrilled, Your Excellency, about the resilience that you displayed, and as military personnel, we want to emulate that same level of resilience to be able to prosecute the tasks ahead of us. We also want to thank you most sincerely for the appointments that you have offered us and also the promotions to the ranks of 2-star generals. We are indeed very grateful. We see this as a testament of the trust and confidence that you have in us, and we want to assure you that we will live up to that expectation. Our little interaction with the Defense Minister has shown us that you have great passion for the Ghana Armed Forces in the area of troops welfare, provision of equipment, and also maintaining and restoring the image of the Ghana Armed Forces. we see this as conforming to what the Prussian general and military strategist Karl von Clausewitz explains as the fighting power framework. By virtue of your passion for welfare, Your Excellency, you are satisfying the moral components that the Ghana Armed Forces personnel need. By virtue of your promise to equip the military to the best standards, you are satisfying the physical components that the Ghana Armed Forces need. And most importantly, for the moral component, you are satisfying it by telling us to give the right kind of leadership and ethics that the Ghana Armed Forces need. With this, we think that as a team, we are on course, and we'll be doing this so that we are able to help you in resetting the Ghana Armed Forces in line with the broader vision of resetting Ghana agenda. But we are not oblivious of the challenges ahead. We are aware that it will require tough decisions, but we are inspired by the fact that you have assured that you give us the backing that we need to be able to do all this. Finally, we want to reaffirm to you our unflinching loyalty to the Constitution, to the state, and to you, the Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces, and to reassure you that under your guidance, we will provide the right leadership that we need to be able to make our Ghana Armed Forces strong, to be able to secure the country and protect its territorial integrity by land, sea, and air. Once again, Your Excellency, we congratulate you on your achievements and success, and we thank you for the honor done us. We as a team are prepared to work. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Major General William Ajapong, Chief of Defense Staff. At this juncture, we would invite the Chief of Defense Staff and service chiefs in turn to pay compliments.
And there you had the Chief of Defense Staff, Major General William Jamal, congratulating the President on the just ended election, also assuring the President of their commitment to reset the Ghana Armed Forces and also affirm their loyalty to the Constitution and the President as well as the state. And that's it for you here on a news desk.